Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verses 2. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thy heart be hasty to utter things before God, for God is in heaven, and thou upon the earth, therefore let thy words be few. He said, be not rash with thy mouth. Think before you open up your mouth. Think, could it be offensive? Do not be hasty. Do not be quick to give a response to people either, Psalms chapter 81 verses 10. I am the Lord thy God who brought thee out of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide and I will fill it. He will fill the words. He'll give you the words to say. If somebody might say something, like I said, you don't owe them, you don't have to be quick to respond, but pray to God sometimes, if you do have to respond, pray to God that he'll fill your mouth with the words to say. He said, be not hasty. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verses 9. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry. Don't get quick to get angry with them. Like I said, you got to pause, you got to stop, you got to think. For anger rested in the bosom of fools. You got to stop and think. Sometimes just take that chill pill. Sometimes, like I said, they might, don't be hasty to open up your mouth to utter anything before God. See, you're not just saying it to them, you're also saying it before God, because God hears what you say. Matthew chapter 12 verses 36. I'll tell you, on the day of judgment, I will give account for every careless word you speak. You see, you're going to be held accountable for every word that you speak, whether they come out of anger. So you're going to be held accountable for those words. Proverbs chapter 12 verses 18. And whose rash words are like swords. It can be piercing. It can hurt somebody. It thrusts, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. The tongue of a wise person, it brings healing. The Bible says that life and death is in the tongue. Then he said, God is in heaven and you're upon the earth, therefore let your words be few. Don't make promises you cannot keep. The Bible says, let your yea be yea and let your nay be nay. Matthew chapter 5 verses 37. But let your communication be yea, yea, or nay, nay. It's more than these common of evil. So let your words be few. Let your yes be yes. Let your no be no. If somebody say, hey, can you come over today? Don't tell them yes and you don't show up. Don't tell them no and you do show up. So let your yes be yes and your no